Yeah. So today we were going to have a series of ZVTs, but it looks like we're going to sneak one TVP in just to break the monotony up.
Oh, wow, that's great. Let's go ahead and talk about these first players, to be honest with you. We have Droz and GreatArchon. So Droz, a Zerg player, has an 86% win rate against Terran this season, 64% all-time, and 100% win rate on Daedalus Point, meaning he only played one game and happened to win it. GreatArchon, on the other hand, has a 25% win rate against Zerg this season and 47% all-time. Definitely one of his weaker matchups in the game. And on Daedalus Point, he has a 22% win rate on this map. He's not confident, which is sort of what's happening with that map right now. It is a more landscape map. It's a landscape-driven map as opposed to the portrait style we've been having from Blizzard. And also, the natural ramp is so huge, it's really hard to wall it off.
It was. They actually adjusted that on a patch that came out about 2 weeks ago, because there was a bunch of posts on Reddit where they were showing that for a Protoss to properly wall off the natural ramp on Daedalus, it took something like 3 Nexuses building a wall. So they fixed it. The ramp is about 40% the size that it used to be.
40% the size it used to be?
Yeah, it's much, much smaller now.
Okay. Oh, and we're going right into it? Oh, gosh.
Yep. We are starting.
That's awesome. We're going right into it here on Daedalus Point, and welcome to the After Hours Gaming League match between Team Groupon and IBM Team B.
Woohoo.
I am MilknCheese, and I am joined by...
ArgenTower from Team IBM.
What? Okay, so this is a ZVT, and we're both Zergs. This map is Zerg favored. Well, let me see that ramp. I think it's still big, though, isn't it?
I wonder if they didn't update the thumbnail here. It's definitely smaller than it used to be.
It's definitely smaller, and I just haven't noticed.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look and see how big it is.
And with this map, there's 2 ways that a certain player can expand on this map. They can expand quite aggressively or expand passively. And like the idea of going to, you know, the other side of your base and filling out the rest of the map is sort of really hard to defend, but the idea of taking just your quadrant, your corner, is probably the better way to go. But we'll see what these players necessarily want to do. I'll go ahead and introduce Team Groupon, and in the top left-hand corner, we have that red Zerg player. His name is Droz, representing Team Groupon.
Alright. And in the bottom right, we have the blue Terran from the B team of IBM, probably our best player and the only guy that we have in Diamond right now. It is GreatArchon.
Woot woot. What do you, you've played with him before. Talk about his play a little bit.
Yeah, so GreatArchon is actually a random player. He's, I think, one of 2 random players that we have on the team. He is playing Terran, and if he has to be pinned down to a particular race, he'll usually pick Terran. But when he ladders, he plays random. He has a very, very huge number of games. He's played like thousands of games on the ladder. He actually got, I think, all of those achievements where it's for the different races where you have to get like 1,000 games with each race. So very prolific player. He was on the IBM A team. For those who aren't familiar, IBM is divided. We have enough players that we actually made 2 teams. We have an A team, which is pretty much all of the Masters players, and then we have a B team, which is all the rest of us mortals. So GreatArchon, he's probably the best player that we have on the B team.
And what's his play typically like as a Terran player?
I don't know if I've seen enough games to really comment. We can see that he's opening up with 1 Rax and a gas here, so it looks like it's probably going to be a Reaper expand. From what I've seen in the metagame of Terran right now against Zerg, this Reaper expand build is really popular. Typically you'll see 1 Rax into a command center. You don't see a whole lot of the like 1-1-1 builds anymore, or the 2 and 3 Rax openings. So it looks like it's going to be 1 Rax Reaper and then into an expansion.
And GreatArchon just stopped this natural from coming down for a few seconds, but Droz finally was able to get it, and now the scout will come in to see a gasless Zerg, which I like to see against Terran. That's definitely the play that I necessarily go for. I like to have a 4 to 6 queen opening where I can repel I can definitely repel any Hellion or a lot of, like if they go more than 2 Reapers, I can stop it. But whoa, we are seeing a gas come up right now, probably for a speedling opening.
Yep, yeah, looks like we'll have to see if he stays in gas after he gets that first 100. That'll kind of be the tell there. Might just be 100 for speed. If he stays in longer than that, could be Banelings. Another build that I've seen that's really popular is staying in to get the fast Overlord speed down. Especially in a game like this where you know, you can sacrifice a little bit of that early mineral economy to try and get much better scouting information.
And we didn't see the Reaper. We're seeing straight early factory, and no add-on being put onto the barracks just yet.
Right, and he actually went Marine first, which probably surprised our Zerg player here, because usually it's safe to just fly that Overlord straight across. I don't think that Overlord can hide back there, and he's probably going to lose it.
It's definitely gone. That Overlord's definitely... Oh, he's doing some micro with it. He's trying... But no! Oh my gosh! GreatArchon runs away with it! Oh...
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think if you would have put one Marine on the low ground and one on the high ground, I think he might have been able to get that. Maybe there is just enough room to hide back there.
Huh.
At any rate, that's going to be a really good scout for him. He'll be able to see... he sees the factory going down, and if he pokes in just a little bit, he'll see that reactor on the factory.
I mean, you could definitely assume Hellions, but this is definitely just straight early Hellion.
Right. Yeah, this is more of the Wings of Liberty style build that we would see out of Terrans, where they would do the barracks, and then typically they would get the reactor, like you were saying, in the barracks, swap it over to the factory, and then put the command center down. A lot of times now you see the command center going down first before there's more barracks or any sort of tech being added on.
No. Oh, for real. Do you think Droz... I don't think he's aware. I mean, he hasn't started making lings yet. I mean, he doesn't need to necessarily, but... And how many queens is he going up to? He has... Making his third right now.
Yeah, he's got 2 down at the natural and adding a third one in at the main. He did get out of gas after just getting 100 there, so he was only getting gas for speed, and now it looks like he's going to be
taking
actually banking up. Yeah, say he's banking up money. He is taking a third.
And yeah, he's banking up kind of a lot of money right now. I mean, and he has larva. That's the one. Or did he get supply blocked? Was that what happened? No, now he's spending it. Because he has larva, that was the thing about it, was there was larva and there was extra money, so that's kind of a miss macro right there.
Yeah, a little bit. I know sometimes at this early stage in the game, like it's kind of that pivotal decision as a Zerg where you're deciding, do I take a third or am I about to get attacked? You know, do I need to build some kind of, like put up a spine or is there anything that's going to be threatening him? So I was thinking maybe he was trying to determine that, but we don't see any scouting lings on the map, nobody's taken the towers, and that Overlord is still pretty firmly planted in that pocket.
And there's I don't think that, well, the 6 Zerglings and 2 Queens will probably be enough. And what is it, just 2 Hellions? He stopped at 2 Hellions? No, he's making 3.
Yep, he's got 1, yeah, he's got 2 more on the way, so he is going to be going up to 4 Hellions.
Okay. And banking up a lot of gas this early as well, keeping his SCVs on gas.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's surprising. Almost 500 gas saved up for the Terran.
A lot of gas. And that could have been a third, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that really could have. I'm not sure what you do with that much gas as a Terran player. Is that, like, maybe Banshee? You could do Cloak Banshees or something. But we don't see any sort of starport coming down.
No, not just yet.
Zerglings are going to run in here. They surround 1 Hellion, but that Widow Mine does get burrowed and takes out about 6 of them.
However, and you know, this is a good little poke, a good little contain. While he should see, this kind of works if you're getting your third out. That's how I feel it works, and he's not going to be able to do too much hurt on this third hatchery necessarily. But again, the contain is very, very good.
The contain is good, and I don't know, he's got a lot of Widow Mines coming out here. He's got that Widow Mine burrowed at the ramp, and the lair is just started, so it's going to be probably another 100 seconds almost before we have any sort of mobile detection for the Zerg. Widow Mine is reloaded on the ramp now, and there's more Widow Mines that are out. So this is kind of an aggressive factory opening we're seeing from the Terran player.
I think it's definitely going to be able to be held, though. I mean, there's nothing that's going to really kill that third. He should actually stop making units at it, to be honest. But oh,
that
good
was
connection!
A huge hit.
But he's losing most of his Hellions right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was a good trade for the Zerg player, though. That was a huge Widow Mine hit. We can see the Zerg is actually down in supply now.
And especially at this time when you need to be making constant drones to get that third up to really get into that Zerg macro.
Right, now he's being forced to make roaches and overseers because he's afraid that there's going to be more Hellions, more Widow Mines.
And he's putting his Overlord in now, and he's definitely going to see there's 2 racks right now, so he doesn't have to necessarily worry about a mech play. It's just going to stay bio.
Yeah, this is again kind of that, well, okay, so if he sees the double engineering bay, he'll know for sure. I do find as a Zerg player, this is kind of that confusing in-between spot where if you see 1 factory and 2 barracks, it's like, well, I think it's going to be bio, but they can still easily throw down 2 more factories and switch it on you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But if he saw the engineering bays, so he should know. 42 SCVs to 39 drones, Zed is pointing out here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that. And he's right. For our Terran player, he's definitely going to leave that, especially with the idea that he has mules. Army supply is very similar, however. I believe that roaches, there's a timing for them in ZVT. It's mostly at the beginning of mid-game, where you would have like a roach hydro pressure, but then there's a certain point in time where they become useless.
Right. Yeah, when you see those very greedy openers coming out of Terrans, a lot of time if they do like the quick third command center, if you just build 8 to 10 roaches and go really early on, you can do a lot of damage.
If not kill them completely.
Right.
Depending if they have tanks out, but and you know, sometimes you don't find tanks in ZVT. I mean, sometimes I don't, and I'm like, oh, well, it's because of the Widow Mine, but if you have good enough micro at lower levels, you'll be able to bypass Widow Mines.
Right. And we are seeing a lot of Widow Mines this game. This is actually something I haven't seen since some of the Widow Mine nerfs that they did earlier on in Heart of the Swarm. So we've got 7 Widow Mines out so far, and it looks like he was continuing production. It looks like he's stopped now. But that's quite a few Widow Mines out of the map.
It's great for defense for anything that's really going to come out of a typical ZVT matchup. You're going to get Mutiling, Bangling, and honestly, if you have enough of them, and Mutas are just caught out of position a little bit, or a big group of Zerglings and Banglings, if you have enough shots, you're obliterating that entire pack of units.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think Widow Mines are still a very underrated game. Got a little Hellion run by into the third of the Zerg here. He is getting several drones and some Banelings actually being used on those Hellions. That's generally not a cost-efficient trade.
Not at all. But how many were killed right there? 7. 7 drones killed at that time.
Yeah, that's not bad. The Zerg is droning very hard. He's got 9 more coming in the back of this, so it's almost tied. 59 drones, 62 SCVs. Which I feel is actually a disadvantage for the Zerg. You want... Oh wow, 1-1 finished at both players almost at the exact same time.
Yeah, at the same time they both had 1-1. I was going to talk about that, but it's cool, you got me.
Yeah, it's good to see. Yeah, I feel like as a Zerg player, you want to be way ahead on drones right now, especially when the Terran player hasn't been pressuring you that much. There's been, you know, a little bit of Hellion pokes, but all considering...
But I do have to credit both players for, I mean, not necessarily GreatArchon because he is a higher level player, but money is being kept down, gas is being kept down, but we having such a supply advantage from our Terran player, and he's moving out with this piece of bio, a bunch of Widow Mines, and 2 Hellbats.
Yep, his 1-1 is finished here. He's building lots of Marauders and Hellbats behind this. So it is bio play, but there's almost no Marines mixed into this. And this is going to be against a Roach Baneling composition here. I like the position of the Terran player a lot better, except that he's engaging on creep.
However, he's been stopping all the Bangling hits necessarily, and he's having some momentum moving onto the creep right now.
Yeah, that went very well in favor of the Terran player there. The Baneling's got almost no connections at all, and there's a lot of Marauders left over here.
I really think he's going to be able to snipe this third right now.
Yeah, there's 26 Zerglings that are coming out. The problem there was the composition for the Zerg player. Roaches get eaten alive by Marauders, so you can see he's bringing out Zerglings, but they're streaming in kind of one at a time there. He didn't mass them up and engage with them all at once.
No, and that's a lot of larva loss for that much army in this sort of mid-game. He doesn't have enough... Was that macro hatchery up yet? Yes, it is. Oh, we'll see what happens right now. I mean, he's a boss. I would never go this far on creep, but the reinforcements are on their way.
Yeah, huge group of reinforcements for the Terran. He tried to pull the drones there, but there was nothing to support him, and these Zerglings are continuing to stream in onesie-twosies instead of being massed up.
And this is absolutely, when I fool around as Terran, this is my favorite composition. Hellbat Marauder. So tanky, it doesn't even matter. Just stim into something, or just have your Hellbats get obliterated because you'll kill just about anything, and then your Marauders just pound it.
Yeah, so tanky and so much DPS too, coming out of both of these players. Supply is now 177 to 67, over 100 supply lead for the Terran player here. I'm just not sure what the Zerg can do at this point.
Yeah.
He's trying to get Mutas out, but it's only going to be like 2 or 3 of them.
And he 33 workers killed for the Zerg player, and really 2-2 is stopped at the same time. They're all on even footing right now. But again, not enough mass up from the Zerg to really make a difference. We will see a GG in here in a moment from our Zerg player from Team Groupon.
Yep, that is almost inevitable. Yeah, very nice little push here from GreatArchon. Good composition, good timings, and very good control.
And behind this, he did take a fourth, or he's building a fourth now because he feels really good about it. And there's the GG, and congratulations, IBM Team B, for taking this game 1 out of this best of 5 series.
Woohoo! Alright, so we're going to be going on to game number 2.
Round 1, Team 2. IBM on the scoreboard.
Oh yeah, go team.
And let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and bring up the stats graphic for our second matchup. So there will be a TVZ, which was going to be the main theme of today. However, it changed ever so suddenly. But Wolfbrother has a 51% win rate this season against Zerg, 40% all time, and a 39% win rate on Habitation Station, which I feel is Terran favored map, just straight up. Straight up. Or how do you feel about Habitation?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of an even map. I guess you could say it's Terran favored just because it is sort of a short rush distance. So I know traditionally in Wings of Liberty, if there was a short rush distance, a lot of the early tank marine play or like 2 racks, the Zerg was kind of vulnerable there. I think the gold base that can sort of be taken as a natural really adds kind of the wild card into this map, and you can see a lot of strange builds that come out from pretty much every race.
No, for sure, but I definitely think, well, being a Zerg, I know that the gold base doesn't really do much for me. I mean, honestly, it doesn't. I need gas. I need to get that mutaball up. I need to... Now, if there were rich geysers there, that would be a different story. But with the Terran, it mostly does, because mostly the composition in TVZ is bio. They're going to be spending... Their mineral dump is the main unit that they're making, and the fact that they can have so much mineral income and add on those extra barracks really makes a difference when that Antlion Marine gets shoved up your butt.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I guess we'll have to see if the Terran chooses to take that gold base as either his second or his third. And I guess just to extend on your point too, as the Zerg player, you tend to want to expand away from your opponent instead of towards your opponent, and those 2 gold bases are really, really close. If you occupy that middle watchtower, you can actually see the mineral lines of both of those gold bases. So I think from that perspective, if you're a Terran, you want to take the gold base, expand towards your opponent, and if you're a Zerg player, you want to expand away from them.
Definitely agree. And to talk about our other player, Variance, he has a 73% win rate against Terran this season as Zerg, and 54% all-time. He also has the higher percentage win rate on Habitation Station. Variance has found a way to dominate on that map.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what his other games were. I know he played a ZVZ, but good for him. Just cranking it out. He's got solid stats.
Cool. And Wolfbrother's play is definitely, he's a macro-oriented Terran. He will probably do a Reaper expand out of this. Yeah, just do a Reaper expand and get into his 2-base bio where he really shines once his macro kicks in.
Okay, so pretty much a bio player?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've never seen him go mech. He's talked about it a few times, though. I've not seen the myth, the man, the legend as a mech player.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, from the IBM side for Variance, he tends to be a macro player as well. I don't think I've ever seen him do any sort of cheese build, at least not in official AHGL play.
Because I was going to say, I just lurked him, and he's been practicing 7 pools on Habitation Station against the AI. Which may be just trolling, but I did practice a little 7 pool action with Wolfbrother a few days ago.
Oh, nice. Looks like we're just trying to get the colors straightened away here. We'll be getting into it. Yeah, so like I was saying, Variance, he tends to be a bit of a macro-oriented player. Very fast player. He has very high APM.
And is this his first time in Plat, or has he been Plat and Diamond throughout the course of HOTS?
Never Diamond. He's been a pretty consistent Platinum player since Wings of Liberty and then again into Heart of the Swarm. I know he dipped down into Gold for a while, but he's been back in Platinum for a while.
And that was definitely that time where the ladder was kind of screwed up, like a bunch of Masters players were then put into Platinum and making all of us cry.
Yeah, did they fix that?
Oh yes, they did. Everything's back to normal now. People who are like, I don't do ones that much. I bet I would be Platinum if I just played ones, you know. But
yeah. Yeah, same here. I do a lot of 2v2.
Oh, dude, team games are where it's at. But to introduce these players, in the top right-hand corner, we have that red Terran representing Team Groupon. His name is Wolfbrother.
Alright, and spawning in the top left of Habitation Station, the blue Zerg for Team IBM. It's going to be our Platinum representative, Variance.
Whoa. So again, with this map, the gold base is the wild card, and honestly, it also comes with a little bit of responsibility. You have to be able to defend it. It's definitely a more aggressive expand, and the idea of mutas harassing this area, as well as drops, is something that you have to take in mind of and be able to handle. If not, you need to do that passive expand play.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the gold bases are so close by air, you can actually fit them both on the same screen at the same time. So, yeah, like you're saying, getting any mutas in there or drop play is going to be very aggressive. Does Geico have a team?
What did you say? Oh, does Geico have a team?
Yeah, they were talking about how much money they had saved using Groupon. So now we're trying to see what other companies we can get in AHGL for our own personal benefit.
How does that go in general? Is it just only certain teams that make, or a certain Fortune 500 company? Is that it?
No, I mean anybody can join. There's actually a lot of startup teams that, or a lot of startup companies that have teams in AHGL as well. We played one last year. It was some startup, and like the whole company was like 10 people, but all of them played StarCraft. So they put a team together, and they were actually pretty good. I think they beat us.
Oh wow.
But yeah, anybody can. I think the only rule is you have to get endorsement from the company, so you can't just do like a fly under the radar type of thing.
Oh yeah.
They want you to verify it with whatever the company management is, which at IBM was actually a bit of a problem because here you've got this 300,000 person company, so trying to find an executive that was willing to sign off on using the company name for video games was a little bit challenging. But.
I bet it is because those people aren't in that community and understand that it is a very legitimate thing that there's a lot of passion in, and it garners sponsorships. People make a living off it, and it may be not as far as successful now, but as you may have read, Twitch is like fourth in bandwidth during the night behind Netflix, but in front of Facebook.
Yeah, I saw that, those stats that came out about how much they're using. Oh, you almost got that extractor there.
But did not, but that, whoa, what's happening right now? Oh, I crashed.
Uh-oh, we're frozen on you.
Oh, we're crashed. If we can restart, I'm sorry. It just happens. This is like it only happens once, and then things are cool. Oh!
Yeah, I'm telling them.
Thank you.
That you crashed and that we want to restart from replay since you're the mainstream.
And again, I must tell audience members that I ordered a new graphics card, new RAM, a new power supply, and my internet, it's blazingly fast. There's no reason why it's not the internet. Life tricks you sometimes, man.
Yep.
They're like, this is a cool graphics card, and then it gives you blue screams of death until you figure out how to turn the fan up, and then it just runs weird.
Alright, hold on, so let's see what's happening here.
And you are familiar with starting from replay by going to replays?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the players aren't leaving. The players can't see that the players are asking if they should quit, and they're actually still playing. Oh no.
It's cool. I mean, it's that time, and we'll get back in it.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have to quit out now. Okay, one of them paused. See, the players can't see the observer chat, though. So we have no way to tell them to get out.
I'll do it.
Yeah, they're saying that they're gonna quit.
Sweet.
Yeah, everybody's leaving now.
Sweet.
Are you back up and running?
Yes, I'm back up and good to go.
Okay. I think... Did Akira create that game?
I'm not necessarily sure. I think it's in everyone's replay bin, to be honest. Except mine, because I crashed and it didn't save. No, I could definitely imagine being a larger company, being able to use the branding, and that was the other thing. Groupon can't use their logo on it, so I had to make something that kind of looks like it, but it.
Right. Oh wow, they wouldn't let you use the official logo?
Not that I know of. So that was the thing with Groupon, but with others, I didn't see why not if they're in it in general and the name's attached to it. I don't understand why the branding would not either.
Yeah. Interesting. Are you back in the chat?
Oh no, I'm not back in the chat. That's
Yeah, you should rejoin the BattleNet chat. Apparently Akira doesn't know how to recreate from replay, so they're talking about just restarting the whole game.
Okay. I mean that's fine too. You can go under replays and you right click and it goes recover game, and that's where you do it.
I just typed what you said into the chat. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. They can do whatever they want.
And I don't know who you invite, how you invite with it. I haven't. This is only the second time this has happened, and my co-caster for I think it was George Washington University was really cool and knew everything.
Oh, nice. Sorry, I can't be that guy.
I mean, one day you will be. One day you will be Tajikon, and I'll be able to talk, Avon with you and skincare, and we'll be bros.
I look forward to it.
Woo woo.
Let's see. Oh, it looks like we are gonna get a. Is this a recreate from? Oh yeah, it is. Nice. I put the same two players back in. Hopefully this works. We had to do a recreate from replay once last year in AHGL, and it was like during the beta, so it was like a week after the feature had just been added to the game.
Ooh, and everyone was just so happy about it.
We were like, is this gonna work? And it worked really well.
Yes.
It did the like 3, 2, 1 countdown,
and it, with the noise it makes you so pumped to get back in the game. It's like, yeah, it's time to do it right now, even though I may have been behind.
Aw, yeah.
So funny.
There used to be a bug too, where if you play with camera hotkeys, when you restart from replay, it would clear the camera hotkeys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I hope they fixed that.
No, it should be okay, to be honest. Like that, I remember it working before, because usually people be like, my keys are screwed up. Hold on a second, or something.
Yeah.
And here we go, going right back into Habitation Station, I think where we left off.
That's right. We were only about 2 or 3 minutes into the game.
Which the Reaper had come out. The scouting drone tried to turn into an extractor and failed.
Yep, and we had, I think it was a hatch first build coming out of the Zerg.
Mm-hmm. Did you check IEM while we had downtime?
Oh, I can't. Oh, it's gonna go to recovery here. Fancy.
Yeah.
Let me check. IEM is to Game 5 between Jaedong and Hero.
Okay, so it's still in the semifinals.
It just started. Yeah, Hero's doing a 3-hatch opener.
3. Hero's doing hatchery?
Or I'm sorry, Jaedong's doing a 3-hatch opener, and Hero looks like he's gonna do some 4-gate aggression.
And we're back in the game here on Habitation Station, and everyone's ready. Ready? Ooh, so badass.
Aw, yeah. And we go. Alright, so right back into it. So it looks like Wolfbrother had dropped a command center right behind that, so it is indeed a 1-Rax expand with that Reaper play. Very quickly into the reactor as well, so he built 2 Reapers, and then that's all he's going to have until that reactor finishes.
And he hasn't necessarily scouted into the main yet, not seeing how many gases he has or if he's still getting gas. I believe that would be a really good thing. And also, I think he missed that fragile time between when Zerglings and Queens pop out where he could maybe pop a drone or 2.
Right. That's a very high APM sort of thing to do at all of our incredibly low levels. I know you get used to watching the pros and they're like microing the Reapers around and picking off a drone or 2 like it's no big deal while they're macroing without missing a beat, but for those of us mortals, that's actually a really hard thing to do.
I practice with this kind of godlike Terran. He's a Masters Terran, and he makes me always hate Reapers, like all the time. And he's getting the run-in, but he's going to lose both of them to double Queens.
Oh, both of the Reapers go down. So 3 Queens out already, kind of wandering all over. Yeah, that's a good pickup for Variance, because that was 100% of the army supply there. Well, I guess I take that back. There are 2 Marines that are out of the map now. But that was pretty much everything that the Terran player had.
a quick third coming from our Zerg player, Variance.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder, so he's scouted the command center, and so that is one response to it. I guess as a Zerg, you either have to take all of your gases and go for some kind of tech, or try and play out the macro game and take the third. So it looks like the third was his choice. He has this Overlord here that sees the command center coming down on the low ground.
And definitely having that map control without the Reapers to really do anything about it.
Right, exactly.
But Hellion production has started, and we're seeing 2 Hellions out, 2 more being created.
Actually, so that command center that he built at the natural, that's actually his third command center.
Wow.
He had another orbital that was already up in his base, so 3 command center opening, and I don't think that Variance knows about this. No, he hasn't seen this yet. Actually, he hasn't seen either of the command centers, so he took that third hatchery blindly.
Wow.
That's that's ballsy.
We'll see how it actually plays out, but this means mulage is going to be higher, SCV production higher, faster getting that income to really bring on that bio punch.
Yeah, those 3 CC openings, you know, this is the type of thing where, like we were talking about last game, we see that Roach Warren that just came down for Variance, and if he builds 8 to 10 Roaches here, he could really punish this. But again, he still hasn't scouted either of those command centers, and he's building Zerglings instead. And
really, there's nothing the Hellions can do right now other than stay at the watchtower or poke around to try to get a few creep tumors to stop the creep from going. But really, there's no way he can go up that ramp. The wall off is absolutely perfect, and there's enough Lings and Queens out to really stop any pressure.
Yeah, the scouting, he does see the very quick third that came down. So, I mean, I think as a Terran player, that actually makes you feel a little bit safer, because then you know you're going to get away with your 3 command center opening, and it's pretty unlikely that there's any sort of all-in coming.
I think these Hellions are going to get surrounded here at the watchtower.
Yeah,
oh no!
Oh, so they were actually in a pretty good position there, hugging that wall, so they do all go down, but lots of Zerglings going down in the process as well. Units lost tab shows that just slightly more lost for the Terran player.
Oh wow.
So 3 command center opening, looks like it's going to be bioplay for the Terran player in the back of this. He's got 3 barracks down already, and he's adding on 2 more as well, getting the starport out, which is going to switch out of that reactor to start cranking out the medevacs. So it looks like this is going to be a very marine-heavy play that we're seeing here.
Super marine heavy with, we do have stim done on time, at an appropriate time, and honestly, there's just going to be a moment where he's just going to start moving out, and it's going to be kind of hard to deal with, but I mean, the Zerg player is macroing up quite well. His third is nearly saturated. He didn't get that 5th and 6th gas just yet, but his creep spread is absolutely immaculate.
Yeah, the creep spread is coming along very nicely, and that's really going to be the key to stopping any of these early marine pokes here, because we can see that he's going for a spire, which means there's not going to be any infestors. For marine counts this high, you almost still want to get infestors out to help deal with them. But barring that, your next best choice is going to be Banelings, and for Banelings, getting that creep spread, and we can see he's getting Baneling speed as well. That's going to be very important.
Nearly finished as well, halfway done, and his 2-2 has already started. Our Terran player is now finishing up 1-1.
Yep, so pretty close on the upgrades, a little bit of an advantage for the Zerg there. The Spire is about to finish, but we actually have almost no gas banked up at all for the Zerg player, so not going to be too many Mutalisks.
Yeah, I find this happens quite often, but typically in ZVT, you're going to find that you're going to make so many mutas, and then either decide to just not make any more and move into, again, Infestor or Ultra, but only having them to stop drops. But it's a coin flip. You either feel that you don't want as many muta and save gas for something else, or you go full-on muta and hopefully keep that Terran from out-expanding you.
Right. Yeah, this is actually interesting. We're seeing 3 macro hatcheries come down for Variance, and judging by that drone position as a main, it looks like he actually tried to build a 4th one as well.
Just wants to bring on the pain.
Yeah, he's going to have 6 hatcheries off 3 bases here, so Larva will apparently not be a problem for him.
And we have... Oh, did that... I think that was a wasted Widowmine hit on just 1 Zergling.
Right, good baiting out there. Ling run by, and instead of seeing that 3rd, he actually is going to run into the natural with the wall down here, but looks like he might get 2 SCVs, and that'll probably be about it. Pulling all the SCVs to fight him.
And there's a lot of SCVs down there. What is the worker
Yeah.
count right now? 64 to 66 in favor of our Zerg player, but oh wait a minute, no, they just 72 now. So Zerg is about to get to that sweet spot on drones, around 78. So
Yeah, he's actually got 8 more in production.
wow. Another run by or another look for other bases, and Wolfbrother's posturing forward onto the creep like a boss.
Yeah, he's poking in pretty far here. Lings are going to get a good surround, but this is a lot of bio. It'll be beautiful connections from the Banelings. Just wipe out absolutely everything.
Absolutely, and he's gonna lose. No, will he get that last shot off on those? Oh, Bangling's so good. And no splits from our Terran player.
Yeah, there was no splitting at all there, so here come the reinforcements. This is the parade style, where the Terran will open with the 3 command centers and then just get a lot of production up, and you can see he's building Marines 10 at a time here, and just waypointing, well, he's currently waypointing.
And we have a Ling run by into the Terran's main base. He's not being able to clean it up, and the entire mineral line is decimated.
Wow, very impressive. 25 SCVs killed by the Zerg player here.
And climbing, 28. And Wolfbrother, he's not saying anything to really stop it, and all these Lings and Banglings will be able to take care of this bio army.
Yep, we have got another engagement there. First mutas are out as well. The help's trying to cut down on these medevac numbers. Huge Baneling hits, pretty good Widowmine hits there as well. But he does have Overseers coming in to clean that up as well.
Oh, and we had a run by in the third also. What's the... Oh, 40 SCVs killed over the matter of the past minute and a half.
Oh my gosh, that's brutal. So, yeah, huge supply difference here. We've got 130 supply for the Zerg player, 76 supply for the Terran player. So, I mean, the Terran player almost has to go all in at this point. He can't really hope to macro back from this.
No, I definitely agree, but with all of these hatcheries and getting his 4th expansion, there's nothing that's going to be able to slow down this Zerg, so exactly what you said is what needs to happen.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, this mass Zergling style, I can see now why he went for the 3 macro hatcheries. He's building almost nothing but pure Zerglings.
Yeah, he doesn't care. I mean, if you can trade that effectively and just keep the Terran at bay, and especially scoring such a huge run-by.
Right, and a few times. He's got another run-by in the 3rd. Even more SCVs are going down.
But Wolfbrother opting to just stay next to his base, defend, try to get back on his feet, but there's... I mean, coming back from the beginning to the end of to this point of the game where he should be is going to be nearly impossible.
Right, we've got some burrowed Lings waiting for him in the 3rd there. Upgrades are favoring the Zerg player. We've got 2-2 Zerglings versus just 1-1 Marines.
His 2 attack is about to finish, but still, you want to be able to glide to 3-3 as Terran. Once you get to 3-3, you are absolutely scary. And if you can't get there quick enough, really, you're down the rest of the game. That's when, because Bio in late game needs 3-3, otherwise it is sort of useless.
Yeah, I agree. The 3-3 Marines are the scariest thing in the game. We've got a big Marine push that's coming here. And we can see Variance is actually still building Mutalisks. At this point, I would have liked to see him throw down an Infestation Pit. He just started it, there we go. But Infestors, I mean, when you have this many Marines that are coming out consistently from the opponent, and you're not really seeing much of anything else, I think Infestors are a far better choice. Burrowed Banelings, oh, he sees them!
He sees them!
The edge of the creep.
Good play by Wolfbrother, not falling for what Bomber has fallen for in the past.
Got some Scarlet-like moves coming out of Variance here.
But we are having those Lings having the 3rd lifted, and Wolfbrother is advancing onto creep next to the natural.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to fall back there, trying to re-secure his 3rd. He's having a heck of a time mining anywhere here. 62 Zerglings in production now. Variance is going to be completely maxed when those hatch out.
Who needs injects?
Just build more hatcheries.
That's how I feel. Oh, wow.
Oh, lots of Banelings. He's on creep, and he's quickly running off a creep. Oh, look at all those Mutalisks are flying right over top of the Marines. Here come the Lings and Banelings from every direction. Pretty good split. I think it's just overwhelming numbers here.
It just is overwhelming numbers, and the upgrades just aren't there to be able to really battle this.
Yep, so those medevacs are probably all going to go down to the Mutalisks as well. And we're seeing almost 100 supply difference now between our 2 players.
Wolfbrother still has money, but I don't think his production is coming out. But again, not going to be able to remac you to where he should be at this time. And with 3-3 nowhere in sight, it's just going to be a steamroll here in a moment.
Yeah, that's true. He has 3,400 minerals in the bank, and he can still build marines 10 at a time. But, yeah, he just hasn't started those upgrades. You can see he's got his engineering base selected. Oh, I guess he's just got him on his command center hotkey. Maybe he was thinking about starting him. But still having trouble mining from that third. Road circlings. Still denying that land. He's trying to land it. No scan energy. Has to land it off center.
To then scan? Or no, he's going to... What?
Yeah, I guess he's going to land it off center and scan. Because that's the only orbital that has any energy. And now move it back. Oh, that's so painful for him. Variance is taking a 5th and 6th base behind this.
And his creep spread is stopped right now. He doesn't really necessarily need to push it, but, I mean, granted, right now, he's going to be maxed out fairly soon, and he should, I don't know, have something to do.
Right.
If you can play with a tic-tac-toe a bunch of times and have nothing to do, why not play creep?
Yep.
And there's one Bangling right here, but he scans it.
Oh, he sees it. Very on top of scanning the edge of creep there. That's good for him. Spinecrawler on the high ground announcing the gold base's presence. The Zerg once again is going to surround all this bio. He needs to lift up and get out of there, but he doesn't save anything. And Wolfbrother calls GG.
The GG and Team IBM has taken this game too, and this is actually match point for our friends at IBM.
That's correct. We're going to go on to game 3 with IBM up 2-0.
But I'll have you know that the real winner of this is esports.
That's true. We all win when esports wins.
And I'll go ahead and jump into the graphics for the third matchup. So it's between the Terran player MilknCheese representing Team Groupon and Akira representing IBM, who is also IBM's team lead.
That is correct. Our fearless leader, who I like to call Coach.
Oh, Coach!
Put me in, Coach!
So MilknCheese has a 43% win rate this season against Protoss and 47 all-time. He has a 63% win on Heavy Rain, which... It's a pretty even map, I think, in TVP. There's some choke points where if you have enough AoE to do some damage, you're going to kill a whole army, and trap them, at least. What I'm trying to say is Protoss can definitely carve the battlefield in this fairly easily. And Akira has 0% win rate this season?
Yeah, I don't think he's actually played any games yet this season.
Oh, wow. And 49% all-time against Terran. So, TVP in HOTS has been, at times, a sort of a coin flip, especially trying to figure out where the new units really, sit, like the Oracle, Hellbat drops, We went through a lot of balance changes within this matchup necessarily, and we haven't seen Akira play one ladder game on Heavy Rain, it being a new map this season.
Right. Yeah, Akira, so like we had talked about earlier, he was actually a last-minute substitution for Isocene, so he really hasn't played much at all since last season, so he's going to be very, very rusty. He was almost a Diamond player. I think maybe he was in Diamond for a very short period of time at one point, but he's going to be very, very rusty.
Okay. Well, maybe that'll make it so Groupon can get back into this best of 5 and maybe bring it to the ace match.
Yeah, let's hope for it. Are we going to be switching casters over to Variance now?
If you'd like to, it's really up to you. I'm totally down with that.
Okay. Yeah, I can give Variance a chance to talk here.
Yeah, put him on. Could you actually add him to the call for me?
Yep. And then, I'll obviously have to sign off for the next game because I play 4th. Yeah, let me go ahead and add him here. What up? Hey, congratulations, sir.
Thanks.
I like your 3 macro hatcheries and your infinite zerglings.
Who needs injects, buddy?
Well, when you have like 1,500 floating minerals, 3 hatches it is.
And we saw that you put down 2 in your main, and there was one drone just chilling there because it couldn't make it, and we were like, oh my god, I tried to make another one on top of that.
Yeah, I wish I did that on purpose, but I didn't.
Let me get back to the graphics. So, to talk a little bit about MilknCheese what his play. His play, you would think it's cheese, but he's a macro Terran. Definitely not playing as much as other players on Team Groupon, but having solid understanding of Terran to be able to bring it into a gold, platinum league type arena.
Very good. Yeah, and like I had mentioned earlier, Akira is our team captain, former Diamond player, currently in Gold. Pretty solid Protoss player. Variance, they are saying that we're all waiting on you to accept the invite to the game.
I'm in the game.
Variance?
Oh, Variance. Oh, yeah. Hating right there.
there goes.
I thought you were.
Alright, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and drop from the call. I'll let you guys cast this next one, so we're not doing the three-way
ArgenTower,
cast.
It was really cool, and good luck with your match today.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was good. Thank you for letting me cast.
Absolutely.
And, you guys have fun.
Woo!
Alright, bye.
Oh wow, is it over? Are you still in here? Oh, Varian's not. So I will call you. Varian, welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm really, really excited about this match today. I want to see MilknCheese do his milk and cheese and honey.
Sounds like a recipe.
For
Disaster.
yeah, well, you know, I was thinking, when are humans gonna have that evolution to where we only ingest cheese and bread because that's all we eat?
It's all you eat. I'm lactose intolerant, man.
Oh, for real? I fart a lot when I eat anything, so I can't just cut out something that makes my stomach upset because everything makes my stomach upset.
Yeah, unfortunately, I love yogurt and I love milk, but it just doesn't. My stomach doesn't love it.
No, it's a bummer. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Oh, so how do you deal with farts in bed?
I just pretend the dog did it.
Oh, good for you. I've been single most of my life because I've never kissed a girl, so I don't know what it would be like if I had really bad gas.
So we find out more and more about each other every time we hear people cast.
Absolutely.
Sometimes too much information, but
Oh yeah, never mind. But I'll go ahead and introduce the Terran player for Team Groupon. In the bottom position on Heavy Rain, we have that red Terran player representing Team Groupon. His name is MilknCheese.
And in the upper left-hand corner, left, right, yes, left, we have the blue Protoss from Team IBM, Akira.
I would never call you out if you got it wrong. I would never do that. That's what you not do as a caster. You don't call someone a liar in the middle of it because really they meant what they said with a lot of conviction. It just came out in a different way.
That's actually very, very true. You pointed out later when you're off cast.
Of course. So we do have TVP right now. So the meta with TVP necessarily is the Terran wants to get that Reaper out and want to see the gas on the Protoss. Is it a single gas? Is it a Gateway Cyber Expand? Or is it a double gas where he should expect the most OP thing in the universe, the Blink Stalker all in, or something that's easily scoutable, kind of easily scoutable is the Proxy Oracle or Stargate Opening.
And where would you see the Proxy Oracle on this map?
I would say generally in the so if you're looking at the bottommost player to the left of them in that general area, or the optional third area to the northeast.
Northeast. Okay.
But you do see proxy pylons in the middle line of those two middle bases all the time because of the low, because you're moving across the low ground when you're traversing either north or south, you're not going to be able to see that proxy pylon. And you're not going to really walk by it when you go above that higher road.
Okay. So whatever you see right now in the kind of like in the fog of war, the kind of black dark part. Okay.
Oh, we had Akira take out his first SCV, just harassing it by the barracks of MilknCheese. Wow.
Where's the remains of the SCV? Oh, it doesn't matter. That's okay. Hero probe, he's going home. I did my job. Going home.
For sure. We're having a single gas opening right now. Oh, the double gas gets puts down now, but I believe at this time, we don't necessarily have to worry about Blink Stalker all in, maybe? Or I don't get Blink Stalkered myself often, or at least at all as Zerg. And if I do, I can stop it. So I don't even feel that I even care to look at the gas for it. I just look for the Proxy Oracle.
Oh, Akira's gonna find this little sneaky SCV hidden in the back of the base, and there he goes. Boom.
Boom, just sliced to bits.
Poor guy.
And,
I almost feel sorry for those guys.
I do.
They work so hard.
They do work so hard, and they're just, all they want is a back row, but they get zealot blades to their back.
Hey, let me help you with that. Oh, sorry. Oh, Reaper. Is it gonna get a kill?
Yes.
1.
Oh, but not
Angry
Micro
probes. Surround.
and gets it surrounded and dead. But did he see the one gas timing? Yeah, he saw both. He saw both gases. I mean, if he wanted to, he could click both of them to figure out kind of like where they're at. But we're just seeing a 4-gate right now, I believe, or just a 4-gate opening.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Not necessarily all in, just some pressure, huh?
And we are seeing a 1-1-1, which if he sends it across the map in a dropship and the 4-gate hits, he's not going to have anything really to defend himself. But also, I don't know if he'll be able to stop it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But maybe this is just a safe expand, because he does have a probe down there, and he's getting 400 minerals. Never mind.
He's clicking. There he is.
Okay, so it's not this early aggression that I'm thinking of. Or maybe he's trying to do a fake out, but he wants that money if he was trying to go for a fake out anyway. And what's he faking out? There's no scout.
There's no scout. Killed the scout.
Well, we do have that natural expansion coming up in MilknCheese's base. I do like. I believe his buildings are placed too close to the edge. They can definitely be sniped off by a mothership core giving vision to the high ground for stalkers. But we'll have to see if that actually comes into play. And a Hellion out as well. Is this a
Yeah, I'm not sure what Akira's going to do, because I didn't talk to him before the game, so he didn't tell me what he was going to do.
Ooh.
But he's got a lot of gas. No pun intended.
He does have a Robo coming down, so a 3-gate Robo. So we might be looking at... we're going to see how fast he takes his 3rd and 4th gas to maybe determine if he is going to be doing some type of all-in. In Protoss, in TVP, Protoss, their strength relies on these certain mid-game timings or beginning mid-game timings that are somewhat hard to hold for a Terran.
Yeah, I totally agree. It looks like everyone is just happy. Oh, robotics facility. Okay. So Immortals or Colossi?
Yeah, definitely going for I think the Colossi route, but maybe want to get out 2 observers first to A, look for drops, and B, just do some scouting. We do have 2 Hellions moving up. I don't know why he's not putting them into this medevac and dropping them necessarily. This is sort of a great time for that, and there isn't much defense. I mean, oh, this is going to be an Immortal Sentry. Oh. Yeah, because he's not getting his 3rd and 4th gas, or here's his 3rd.
They usually get all 4 gases for Immortal Sentry, right? Depending on the timing. I don't know. I get Immortal Sentry all in because as Zerg.
All the time.
It was in the metagame for a while, right? A lot of people love doing Immortal Sentry.
It still is in the lower. Well, it probably is all over the place. And if you saw IEM today, or saw IEM yesterday as well, J-Dong had to hold off them in such a fashion where you're like, how's this guy human?
He's very, very good. He's actually my hero.
I think he's everyone's hero. Like, even people who are other races, they may say they love their dude that's their race, but really, J-Dong he's a tyrant.
Not to sidetrack too much because game's going on, but isn't this the most racist game you've ever played?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the things you say to people about certain races of just being themselves, if you put that into like a social text, like a real world social text, it's wow. Like this kind of ignorant hatred. And we are seeing a drop move to the north. Marauder and 5 Marines. We'll see if it can do anything. There's not a mothership core out yet for very quick defense. And I think he's going to be able to do a little bit on this mineral line.
Yep. He's not. Yeah, Akira doesn't see this.
And it seems to be a double-prong attack with these Hellions by the natural. Will he take the bait? Will he move his whole army? What will
Akira view. What? Oh, his observer is moving over there, but it's not going to be. It's going to be too late to react to this. He's looking down. Now he knows his probes are getting. Oh, he's expanding. Look at that.
And moving some of his army, but not all of it, knowing these Hellions could run in.
It doesn't. Yeah. Very, very smart.
And the drop is being cleaned up. We have 6 probes killed. And, oh, he's losing all the Hellions to Stalkers, unfortunately. And we're seeing his minerals just skyrocket right now, not being able to macro out enough SCVs at really at this time, and he's coming up. Yeah, he's not having a third CC down just yet, but he wants to put down more barracks right now for either the counter. I mean, he should have saw that third go. Did he see that third? No, he did not.
He's gonna lose this Marauder and Marine back of the base if he's not careful. He's gonna boosters, guys. Ah,
he boosted.
It's late.
It's all good. It's all good in the hood. But he needs to see this third. He needs to either decide to punish it, but I don't think he can. There's a lot of sentries here. He's gonna get massacred. Oh, Templar Archives. Oh, so quickly.
Wow. So we're going to see some High Templar soon, probably.
Oh gosh, storms, and especially what you're seeing more or less these days is Protoss are taking. Even though this was a very safe opening, a very safe build for Akira to do, we are seeing a lot earlier, skipping Colossus altogether and just going for High Templar, because if Terran is caught off guard and they don't micro well enough, they're losing their whole bio army right off the bat. And in TVP, you can really only go bio, unless you're HTO Mario, who is able to mech against a Protoss player.
Well, what's going in favor of a Red Terran is he's ahead in upgrades, easily. And he's already started his 2-2.
But once he loses this army, like this push coming right now from our Protoss player, if this bio gets eliminated, he's not gonna be able to remax quickly enough or have a little Antstream of Marines from his base to the natural choke to be able to stop what's coming right now.
Yeah, Kira's just dancing around over here.
He's waiting for Storm to finish so he can just go do his Storm thing.
And so he only has to wait half a minute.
Ooh,
Yeah.
It's so sad, but we'll see. We'll see. Honestly, Terrans can pull some mighty awesome things, but Ghost production isn't even in the works right now. Not even close. And let's see worker count right now. 73 in favor of our Protoss player and 48 for our Terran player. So he's definitely behind in worker production. His third is now being finished on the low ground. So, but our Protoss player isn't posturing forward as much anymore. He's just kind of chilling at the moment.
Just macroing up because he knows he has this lead. Because he checked over here with the Zealot. He's gonna see some infantry walking by. Hi guys. See ya.
Oh wow.
I don't think Akira saw that.
Yeah, not getting into position for it necessarily, but I think he has enough sentries to turn any battle into his favor, and especially with AOE.
I hope Akira doesn't move out right when Terran's attacking right here in the east.
I think he is aware. No, he's moving. He's moving forward toward MilknCheese's base.
All right, now he's aware. All right, there you go. Tommy
needs
moves.
Needs to snipe the third. Just go straight in and snipe the third.
Yeah. Why is he backing up? MilknCheese, snipe the third. Nah, he's gonna get it.
He's gonna get it, and he can just lift up and get out right now because that's all he needed to do, and just even move up into the main. Well, because there's no mothership core for mass recall. Okay, it's not a good storm. Oh, and going right into Widow Mines.
Oh! Some storms.
Whoa, and the feedbacks. That was killer clutch, turning that whole bio army into meaningless nothing.
Bad day for those guys. Splat.
Let's go ahead and see the army supply right now is still pretty even. However, I think that's in our Protoss's favor due to shields. In my own respect, worker counts are basically not necessarily even, and Terran can be down a little bit in workers because he does have mules. But we do have that bio army just chilling right there. But his rally points revealing a little bit of them right now. And he's going to give some free units.
Zealots are moving into the third.
Oh,
bad rash.
Oh my gosh, there is an orbital there. If it is repaired, things can go quite well for our Terran player.
Loses Immortal, but that's okay because the storm saved the day.
Oh, the storms were absolutely gorgeous on that. No move out or back. Marauders trying to move out of the way, losing the medevac, and those zealots
are
working on the third, but they're definitely going to get cleaned up with this repair.
OP.
And all MilknCheese's units are rallying up and not being pulled back appropriately in order to save most of them. And but the High Templar are going to get Oh! Losing a few High Templar, but yeah, and keeping, honestly, storming just 1 or 2 bio units isn't really cost effective.
Look at Akira putting down this forward base over here on the left. Wow.
Just feeling so confident with his macro right now that he has Archons out right now. His upgrades are 3 attack, and our upgrades for our Terran player are 2/2. Is his 3/3 started? No, not yet. Well, his 3 attack is starting now. This is the point in time where he needs to stay alive till his 3/3 comes out. But again, he needs to get more income in. His worker count's okay, but he needs to get those other gases going. Maybe get another CC down when he gets the money up, but yeah. But Protoss moving in with this large army of death, a bunch of AOE and splash damage to make any bio army cry.
Well, they're about to find out. A lot of Archons here. 1 Colossi. He's just gonna focus on the planetary.
Just not even
Kills
caring.
him. Doesn't care. Doesn't give any Fs.
MilknCheese. Oh, and just succumbing to such storms and not having a medevac count to really help out. Pulls SCVs. Oh, the forecast is storms for sure. Oh, but awesome plays. But awesome plays from our player Akira, just being a very solid Protoss player and just making this huge army and not being slowed down at all by any type of aggression. GG is called by MilknCheese, and IBM takes this game through, which means taking the series. However, we will be playing game number 4.
Game number 4.
Round 3 team.
ArgenTower versus, who was it again? EksOr.
And yeah, so just jumping right into that, those team stats, we have EksOr, who hasn't been a really active player this season, or as long as I've known him. I don't know if he has a Smurf or what he does, but he did win his game against Blackberry, and he wasn't in the. He won his game against a Protoss for Blackberry, but not. I haven't seen. He wasn't in in last week's against. Who was it now? Man, where was I? Oh, the Reed group. But so Polar, I don't know how he. I don't even know if he's ever played on the map. But ArgenTower, definitely. I just casted with him earlier. He has a great understanding of the game. Very analytical, and definitely sees a part of the game in which certain players that may not be ranked high enough see, but however he's able to see that. He has a 100% win rate this season against Terran when these were taken. I think he only played 1 Terran. And 70% all-time. So as a Zerg player, this is probably his strongest matchup. And he has a 57% win rate on Polar Knight, which is, typically not I would say a Zerg favored map, but the map itself has a lot of places where you can keep overlords, and the chokes are what does it for the Zerg. There isn't really an open area to do quite a bit of surrounds. There's areas around the optional 3rd location toward either the east or the straight west of the map, and there is that free base in the back, but that's a little bit harder to get than you would think. I mean, you'd have to designate so many lings to that, especially if you're really trying to scout. But it is a TVZ, and we'll have to see what route they decide to go.
Yeah, I've always been very, very impressed with ArgenTower's analysis, and I told him the other day that he's a lot better than he gives himself credit for.
He's so smooth with it too. There is absolutely no stopping with such a great idea that has a beginning, middle, and end, which is something I've been trying to perfect in my entire amateur casting career.
I think we just got introduced to you, and then I have to say, MilknCheese, you actually do really, really well. So props.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And do you happen to know what's happening at IBM?
I do not know. I wasn't paying attention. I'm trying to watch the game.
Trying to watch our game. I feel so bad. I wanted to promote this on Reddit, and I thought people are just going to call me a huge asshole for being like, hey, watch this! And they're like, dude, Jaedong and Polt, yo! Oh, God.
So Jaedong made it, right? He survived.
I think I'd imagine so, but I don't know. And if Polt, I love Polt so much. Oh, but I kind of wish the finals was a TVT because that's my favorite matchup. It is my favorite matchup.
It's good to see. It's good to see Jadon come back because he was down 2-1, especially when he failed on his 6 pull.
Oh, Jaedong did not make it. Hero did vanquish Jaedong, but TVP is still cool, and Polt is just an amazing Terran to watch. I actually met him in an airport once, and it was probably the most awkward thing ever.
Oh. Did you say hi to him?
Oh, of course, no!
Yeah.
All right, so I'm from Albuquerque, and I was flying to the WCS Season 3 finals, so I flew from Albuquerque and landed in Houston, which is where he goes to school, and I was waiting for this flight, and I look over at this little Asian kid, and I was like, oh my god, that's Polt. Oh my god, that's Polt. And I went up to he was sleeping most of the time. Hold on just a second. They're still vetoing maps. Jaedong lost game 5. He held an Immortal all in, and then somehow managed to make enough units. Wow. Yeah, I was going to that, and he was sleeping most of the time, but when he woke up and was kind of like coherent, I went up, I was like, are you CSM store Polt? And he's like, yes. And I was like, may I take a picture with you? Yes. And I took this picture, and then I just, didn't want to talk to him anymore because that's weird. And I sat down and tweeted. I was like, look who I found at the airport. And all my friends were like, oh my god. And then he retweeted me, and I was like, oh my god. It was so cool. That was one of the fun. Have you ever been to a live event?
I have not.
Oh god.
Well, except for the closest I've ever been was the AHGL Season 2 finals when IBM played Epic.
Oh wow!
Years ago, yeah.
I saw those photos.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to talk about that after the game goes, but we're about to get into right now Polar Night LE with Team Groupon's EksOr and IBM ArgenTower.
Game 4. We were gonna play this out anyways.
Of course, that's always the fun. That's always the fun.
Yep.
And we're...
Polar Night.
Such an interesting map. Some people get so angry about it, but honestly, I believe it's a great difference.
I personally don't mind this map too much, but yeah, I've heard people complain a lot about it.
Often enough. But spawning in the top position, we have that red Terran player representing Team Groupon. His name is EksOr.
And spawning in the 6 o'clock position, we have the blue Zerg from Team IBM, ArgenTower.
So tell us a little about ArgenTower, his play as a Zerg player.
He tends to be more of a macro-oriented player. I don't see too many cheeses from him. So against Terran, he's probably going to open up pretty standard. I don't think he's going to do anything cheesy, nothing like this end pull or anything.
I think you and I are on the same page as a Zerg when you open against Terran. Go for that 15 hatch, who really needs that early pull, and let's try to avoid gas as much as possible because we have queens that can stop just about anything.
That's right. Just get your economy going, get that drone lead, and then scout, and then make sure you cover your bases and be ready for that timing that Terran is about to do.
It's always that 10 minute after the Hellions, but if you're able to kill those Hellions early, there comes a really great decision period where you can turn on the heat, or you can just get further ahead by taking that quick, unattested third. And we are seeing that gas opening from the Terran player in order to get that Reaper out for scouting. But we'll see if he decides to go Reaper. It may be early factory. I'm not necessarily sure what he's going to do right now. But I think he's one of the more solid Terran players for sure, even though he doesn't play that much. Showed great skill against a Protoss player against Blackberry a few weeks ago.
I think I watched that match.
Did you?
When I was watching your videos.
Oh, for real? That's awesome.
Yeah. I watched that one. I watched last week's match against the Reed group. Yeah, that was two very, very good casts.
Oh, thank you. No, and again, you guys lurk. You guys do research on your opponents.
Not so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really big about that, and I'm also affiliated with the University of New Mexico CSL team, and we have team league show matches, best of 7s, best of 1s, but best of 7 for the team. And they play all their matches, so I give everyone the opportunity within a Google document to lurk each other on in the client so that they're prepared, and it causes some meta, and I think that really brings on a new sense of fun with the game.
I mean, the pros do it, so we might as well do it in the CSL, right?
Oh, totally, CSL and AGHL. So from our Terran, our Zerg player, we did see that 15 hatch, 15 pool, and we are seeing gas up until what point will he take his stuff off gas when he reaches his speed, or what will he do? Oh,
I think he's gonna keep it on. Oh, poor drones.
Such a blunder. That's embarrassment for sure. Make sure you make a GIF of this and pass it around the office.
Screenshot of that right there.
Oh god, it's horrible. But we did not see a Reaper come out. We are seeing Marine production and a factory, so definitely some kind of early push, but followed behind a natural expansion.
Yeah, I agree with that, Tom. He's probably doing that just to handicap himself.
Oh, such BM in this chat. And that first scouting link going across the map. And I love the map control right here, and just the presence, just being able to see just about everything, except not seeing that expand come down. So now he needs to get that Ling in up the ramp to see what's happening.
Yep, he's going to see the reactor factory, so he knows what's going to come his way. A lot of our observers are paying attention to that IEM game very, very closely.
I don't blame them. I can't watch it, unfortunately. I have to leave to go to a craft art fair show today. And what's that? Just a 1-1-1 getting made, but I mean, he sees. I mean, did he see the? I mean, he probably saw that Stim is being researched as well as Hellions are coming out. What did he see? That's actually a really important thing. Okay, so he did see that Stim is being researched. He is getting Hellions up, but he did not see that expansion.
So he doesn't know if there's any buildings hiding in the back of the base, and he doesn't have any overlords in position to, well, except this one right here, but he's not moving it in.
No, he's not really concerned right now. He just feels he's doing his Zergy thing, and he's continuing to get gas. And has he even researched speed yet? Yeah, no, he just had speed. Just got it.
He's got overlord speed, which is what I find very, very interesting. You know, Zergs don't always get overlord speed, but with overlord speed, your overlords can waltz into to the base of the Terran like just like this and not be killed. See, he gets out, sees everything. Awesome.
That is really good. I mean, I don't necessarily do that. I think I need to incorporate it because I feel that Burrow and Overlord speed give you such power in the early game. You can stop expansions. You can have such map vision to where you really don't have to guess to what they're doing. You can actually know what they're doing and not have to lose anything in the process.
Otherwise, you're kind of relying on your Lings, your slow overlords, and maybe a changeling here and there.
Definitely the changeling at the point where it would be too late, to be honest, I think.
Oh, looks like ArgenTower's staying on 2 bases. I failed to point that out.
And he is getting the creep over there, so it looks like he will be expanding over here. But we're seeing EksOr move out right now with quite a strong force. That's 5 Hellions and enough Marines to really cause some damage. Lings in production, none. 1-1s coming in. I really think this is going to catch our Zerg player off guard.
Yeah, what units does he have? He has 2 Lings. Does he have anything? No, just 4 Lings in production. Yeah, this could be able to
coming
see how much damage.
Coming off of a drone cycle. I mean, might be able to snipe this. He needs to kill those queens, or at least get out of range or micro the units back.
And Argen needs to, when he gets his Lings out, he needs to try to focus down on this medevac when his Lings come out.
Oh, we're having ArgenTower just vacate the natural. I'm definitely caught up. He's caught with his pants down right now.
This is very surprising. Argen's usually really good about this,
I mean,
especially when he saw that those Marines come out, because I shot that Link that he left outside of his base.
For sure. He probably came off of a drone cycle and wasn't really paying attention.
That's too bad.
So we are seeing his 3rd go down, and there's enough Lings out right now to... He should just lift, maybe? No?
Yeah.
Yep, lifting and just going to get out of there right now. That was pretty awesome. The income was... taken away. Part of Zerg's income was taken away, which is what you want to do. You want to slow them right down, and that's what our EksOr did. He put on some pain, but behind that aggression, you want to put your expand down. You want to get that bunker down. You want to be able, because that whole pressure allowed you to be free of a counter for a while or an attack to really get your macro going, get that natural going.
What's great about ArgenTower is he was able to save most or almost all those drones as soon as he got attacked. He pulled all the drone into his main and then saved all of them. All he lost was those upgrades, which he has not rebuilt. So.
And he's oversaturated right now on all his bases, waiting for his third to get up. As soon as his third is up, it's gonna just kick right in.
And then it's gonna be and then Terran's gonna have a hard time if he doesn't do anything about it.
Pathogen glands being researched at the infestation pit. We're going to see a Ling Infestor opening, a very strong opening against Terran indeed.
And Banelings.
Oh gosh, you always need Banelings. They're so fun. I wish they would have some sort of buff with Banelings, and how they're proposing to do with the Widow Mine.
What are they going to do exactly? Are they going to Burrow move or
with the Widow Mine? They're adding 30 on shields and 30 regular, so it's way more damage, and they're more viable. I don't necessarily use Banglings in ZVP almost at all. There was a time period where I would try to micro and do the Bangling drops when the force fields got heavy, or on Stalker balls or death balls in general. But that was sort of, I think, maybe more of a Wings of Liberty thing.
So you probably did the Banling drop.
Yes.
Oh, those are so fun.
I would drop it like it's hot. And so many Banglings being morphed. 16 Banglings being morphed right now. First Infestors are coming out. I think he will be able to hold this quite well. I mean, this is good aggression coming in, but I believe that it will be able to be cleaned up.
He's waiting for the Infestors to pop, I guess, huh?
Put that fungal down so they can't run back. And just shove that Bangling. Ugh.
Here we go. There it is.
Oh! And running in and just clean it up. It did slow down. It did slow down the upgrades. That's the biggest thing. That is pretty good. We have 0/0 Lings right now, and our +1 attack is finishing for our infantry. And do we have shields done? No, not even researching yet.
I wonder if this Widow Mines could hit those Banelings when they roll by. That last attack by the Terran, he left one Widow Mine that's going to hit something when it gets into range.
It may just hit an Infestor. It would be so funny, but those Banglings and Lings are moving across the map to get a little bit more map control.
Retaking the towers, and then ArgenTower's doing the responsible thing by spreading some creep over here in the possible third. He's checking this third. He hasn't checked the back yet, but he can reasonably deduce that, well, maybe he's still playing against a two-base Terran.
Definitely just two base. Doesn't even have his third up. His money, both people's monies are kind of going out of control. This happens in the Zerg world most often because once you get those three bases, and he does have that macro hatch down, but you somehow have this influx of minerals, and all of a sudden, man, and not having those upgrades to spend them on, it sort of just happens. We do have a drop coming in. But he's ready for it. He's absolutely ready for it. Great vision from our Zerg player.
Yeah, nice Overlord spread right there in the back, and over here vertically too. Yeah. I
mean, if I was EksOr, I would actually just turn around. Get that third going. Does he have a third CC down? No, and it's the 15-minute mark. I usually, as an observer, have seen really good third timings at around between 9 and 11 minutes, depending on what the Terran is doing. But it's great to get that CC as quickly as possible, just to get that mulage and the SCVs. But again, that's sort of a timing. It's sort of a time in which if Zerg decides to make a bunch of roaches, you're dead. At that kind of like unstable period of defense for the Terran player. Spire coming down, Ultralisk Cavern. Again, this was a very quick hive. Not spending too much gas into anything except these Infestors. Feeling pretty confident about stopping any more aggression, and he's just going to go straight into that tier 3, that tier 3 tech. That's going to be really hard to deal with, especially the Terran being behind on upgrades as far as I'm concerned. I mean, his 2 attacks coming in, but his armor's not on, and he needs to rush to that 3/3.
Yeah, right now he's sitting on 1/1. Zerg's only sitting on 1. He doesn't have any upgrades. All he's finally getting is a Carapace. Plus one carapace.
That aggression definitely did it, but it's the Terran player wanted, like, that's something that can be put into your favor with those pushes. However, I don't think the economy has been that good behind it. I mean, again, he's floating around 2,000 minerals. In reality, he could be maxed out right now.
Oh, moving out.
Gonna do that move out. He's gonna go right on creep, not eliminate stuff, not scan. That's okay. Sometimes we're badasses. I'll tell you that straight up. You gotta respect that creep.
Guess he's not concerned about baneling landmines, huh?
Oh, wow. Oh, Bomber wasn't either, but then he lost Red Bull Battlegrounds.
I tried that in my game, but I guess, did he see me borrow them? Or?
No, he scanned them both times he saw them. And a good bungle catching all of those units and not going to be able really to pull them back effectively. And Ultras are out, and really it's the A move of death right now from our Zerg player.
Yeah, it's not looking good for our Terran here.
But our Zerg player's going to chill back. Oh, missing the fungal on those medevacs. But it don't matter. It's just going to be this walk.
Chitinous plating for the Ultralisk armor is going to finish in 5 seconds. Man, this is not good.
No, not in a very good position for our Terran player. He has no tanks, and really, I believe that Widow Mines with Ultras sort of don't work anymore. You definitely need to get way more Marauders out. Oh, but such a good composition from our Zerg player. Ling, Bangling, Infestor, Ultra, doesn't hit air, but it's good.
GG's called.
EksOr calls GG, and ArgenTower takes this game 4, making it an absolute sweep for Team IBM. And will we be doing the ace match? Sometimes Groupon just likes to do it for fun.
I don't know, actually, we can go ahead and ask our captain. I'm curious too.
I'm game.
I think he'll say yes.
Of course.
Let's see.
IBM A versus IBM B. That's hilarious. Can you imagine such a thing? Like, it would cause that company to just tear in half. You know, and people have to juggle, like, who they actually love with who they actually have to work with. But I guess you guys are in all sorts of different parts of the company, or are you all pretty close-knit in a certain geographic area in a certain department?
We're actually spread out all over the place. A lot of us are in the west, or closer to West Coast, but we've got some guys in the East Coast. So the problem isn't trying to ask if we're going to play an ace match. The problem is no one wants to play. What is going on, guys?
Uh-oh.
I'm asking the captain if he wants to play. No, he has to go. Let's see who's left.
Wolfbrother and his dog. That dog loves to pee. It's the topic of many breaks, is the dog pee.
Dog pee?
Oh yeah. I gotta get that dog out, it's gonna pee everywhere. It's like I don't know. You know, a party girl, it's like once the cork's out, it just keeps going.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. As long as it's not your dog.
That's true. Okay, GreatArchon says yes.
Ooh, if it's a TVT, I'll be the happiest guy in the world.
Odds are good, right?
Oh, I love TVT so much. It is the best matchup. You know what? Everyone's just saying they can't do it because they have to go watch Polt and Hero duke it out. I bet that's what it is. You know what? If I can't watch it, I want everyone else to suffer. They are not allowed to watch Polt have such a great time ponying Hero.
I'm totally pro Polt.
Yeah, for real, right?
Aw.
No, it's cool. So I'll go ahead and wrap this up right now, and at the end of this, I'll hang up the call. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and anyone who watches the VOD from here on out, and thank the After Hours Gaming League, Red Bull Esports, as well as Day 9 TV. And I had such a great time casting with ArgenTower and my friend Variance.
Thanks for having us. We had a great time.
Absolutely, and I hope we'll meet again sometime during the AHGL circuit.
Yeah, great.
Cool. And have a good day, and I will talk to y'all later.
You did. Take it easy.
Bye.